Okay, there we go. Run. Nice. It has been a moment. Let me go ahead and make sure I got the mic. Everything's set up correct. Turn up here. Okay. Welcome to home. All I remember at that point was finding. Oh, what the fuck you gotta do that for, man? Okay. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh. Oh. My head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. Huh? Okay. Oh, doo-doo stain. That house. Where was I? That was no doo-doo stain. That was blood of man. Ah, how go, my boy? There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? I didn't recognize his face. It was still kind of warm. Oh. Condom lamp. Kit Kat. You look good, hombre. Nice, buddy, nice. Let's go. This game is appeasing to my senses. The desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but... Nah, maybe it was better that I left the desk alone. I'll stick with the foreshadowing. Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. I did all this? Did I just have a Bruce Banner moment? And just like fucking absolutely tear this man apart? I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I even hurt my leg, I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home and seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs to try and find a way out. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. There were scribbles of all kinds of random scraps of paper, and the notes were about some kind of water tower. Did he mean the one by the old train yard? Pull the book off the shelf and find out, my boy. That's all I'm going to say. Alright, wait a minute. I'm gonna walk this way. The fuck? A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked like frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Yeah, you know what? There's a dead guy up there. It's going to be free, man. House is yours. Keep the keys. A collection of rusty tools. They looked like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damn smelling dirt. Or weren't they in a shed? I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it had been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Yeah. I depressed smoothly into the wall and heard a faraway click somewhere. This guy's got a big ass house. I think that was the door. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. Ah, the black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife. I guess there was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Nah. Figured it was no help to me, so I left it behind. I just woke up in place with a dead body. I don't want to look like I'm keeping any mementos. Fucking meet the cops outside, I'm screwed. Amiwa. I look like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn. There was mud caked all over my shoes. So, I've been walking for a moment. Evidently. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. You lazy bastard. You could have took that all away. Fuck. Oh? Okay. Ah, well, the door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guess it led to the kitchen. A switch in the wall appeared to have unlocked the door. So I'm one step ahead. That's a cradle in it. There's a box. The box looked heavy, but there are marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I had found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Ah, yes. Yes, I have moved it. I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. One thing I want to try, though. I think I missed the door back here. Yeah, this one. I don't think I opened this one. The bathroom was incredibly clean. Every surface had been thoroughly wiped off, and nothing seemed out of place. Wait a minute. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor, some leftover negatives, but sticking out there pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked to be treetops. So we are in the forest. We're in the forest, obviously. Evidently. Maybe some... Hey, brother, that wasn't, Something's out. Something's lurking. I wonder if it's down or upstairs, 'cause that was not there. I'll go in the kitchen. Dad, that's either a big-ass rat, or, There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I can only make out a few notes. Keycard, locker, last one I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. Keycard, locker, last one, I promise. Interesting. Got a trophy, I didn't see what it was. I want to go see something. Nothing changed. Okay. I want to go back upstairs to see the body. But since this game is most likely a continuing forwarding game, well, I don't know, because we missed a couple of options back there. We did miss a couple options. I wonder if this is a multiple ending game. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Do I dare climb down the ladder? Yes. My leg hurt like hell as I climbed down that ladder. The tunnel below was even darker, and the smell wasn't getting any better. But I had to get out of there and find my way home. Footprints in the dirt. Looked like more than one. Kind of a lot of traffic. Ah, system. Places all over were marked of the old map of the town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Okay, so we're definitely in a local place. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in the town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, try to find some kind of information. I'm pretty sure I looked all over the house, bro. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and handguns. I hated guns. Did I take it? Yes. I didn't take it, did I? Yes. Yes, you did. I took the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. Of course it was. It always is. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? What'd you see, buddy? What shouldn't have we seen? The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them, faded in blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. There's a lot of things you can make out with HEA. Healthy, heavily. Herpes. Lively. None of it made any sense to me. Yeah, same, bro. I'm in the same position you are. Dig up them bones. They looked to be bones, half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. Who put them there? I'd have dug it out. I want to see what it was. But since we're here, probably didn't have enough time. Ladder, hooks. Ooh. Those are hooks. Look like the kind you find in a butcher, hung from the ceiling. Looked pitted and worn from heavy use. That man upstairs, did he do this? No, we did that to the man. Oh no! Go back up! What is this? It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. This man never seen murder before. I was getting more nauseated the longer I stayed there. I felt sick and weak, like I hadn't eaten for days. Some kind of homemade rack slung together by a poorly cut wooden rope. It was caked with old blood. Something didn't actually use that, did they? It smelled like that room was, like old grease and rot. I wasn't getting any closer or finding anything useful. I gotta click on these multiple times to make sure there's nothing different. Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. The slight fumes that emanated from the cans made me dizzy. That place was getting worse all the time. I knew I had to keep moving. Okay. Nah, you ain't playing me with that, man. I know a goddamn pixelated body when I see it. That's one of them right there. You see this? Mm-hmm. Give you a massage. Big boy, here, let me massage your back. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out before Rachel and I moved into the town. What the hell were they doing there? Did we make this tunnel system? There wasn't anyone there. Was I hearing things? Wait a minute. If I was scared before, I was terrified now. Why were there photos of our house there? In these clothes? Was that why I was there? I checked my back pocket and realized my wallet was missing. Did I come to that house, or did something bring me? You. It was you. Look at my legs. Look at your legs. I got the same design of legs. Look at my head. Look at your head. We're the same, you and I. Okay. Batman. Oh, never mind. Joe, scram, you fucking... Alright. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Oh. Okay. That, hang on. I never have both headphones on, so I heard was a faint whisper, and I don't know if that's in the game or I'm tripping. There's a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Do I take it? Yes. Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. Of course. The rope now there must have been a use for it around somewhere. Oh. I read that completely wrong. Hey, you. Young man, do no need to feel. Okay, never mind. That's not. Fuck. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. There's nowhere else to go, bro. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. Those candles are lit. Someone's down here. A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out, danger due to cave-in. And door's still perfectly fine, there's no cracks. Okay. That's one heavy-ass door. I could still feel a faint impression of the rope that I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my legs was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though I still would have, ran straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least I thought I had found that old handgun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been used already. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed familiar weight there. Something tells me we did something to someone. An explosive ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there. But it was so high up that it must have been a sore landing. We did something bad. We did a no-no. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was a grass smeared within it. I'm not gonna follow no arrow. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna explore. Go find things. Trash. Disgusting, it was a mess. Filthy garbage bags. There was rip and tears in most of the bags. It looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Yes, that can be evidence. And now that I know that I probably did this, I'm gonna take all the evidence with me. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with that tape, but I took it anyways. What else did he leave upstairs that could be accounted for as evidence? I'm guessing I was a murderer, and I was doing something, and this guy found me. And I just, like... He didn't know that I had this huge, giant system to everyone's house. Because I'm guessing that guy was an older fellow. I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? Oh, dude, this is like a crazy Tyler Durden situation. Holy fuck. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about that made me sick. I didn't want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Yes. Yes, we take the knife. Slipped the knife into my boot since I had the gun in my pocket. Did I really need all this? Yeah. Yeah, you did. Because obviously we left. No, I'm not a anxious or paranoid person half the time, but I do suggest that we firmly take the knife and put it in our left hand and use the gun over our left hand and hold it in our right hand, and we do a tactical maneuver to figure out who the fuck slammed that door. One by one we go. The door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. Oh, there's no... Well, someone either banged or slammed the door. I wasn't sure, but I thought there was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Through the dust I could see the handprints from the previous use, probably whoever worked in these sewers. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyways? No, not yet. Something there. Maybe it's hydroelectric. The pipes are making those sounds. So we're gonna wait. Because if we're down here with something and it's not us, we just fucking... Shit's about to go down. Did I leave anything else back here? I thought there was one more room. There is, there's a ladder. Oh, right. Okay, never mind. We're good. Let's go to the exit then. I'm not gonna touch anything. Something tells me if I'm in the main sewer line and that's where I worked, first thing they're gonna go check is see why that pipe's acting up. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to the drain. Putrid. Okay. Okay. Oh, yep, right. Forgot about that. Uno. Okay, cool. So I'm shutting off the whole water system. Yep. Oh, wait, maybe I did miss some shit, dude. I think I did miss a room. Wait a minute, where am I? Hang on. Go this way. Oh, I didn't. Okay, good. Still locked. That didn't work, buddy. Is this where I just get stuck in a really simple horror game again? Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. What about the rest of them? I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Something fucking with me. I thought I could turn this water valve off to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Yes. Looked like I turned off the water flow to this valve. The valve was still active. Did I turn it again? The valve was still active. Did I turn it again? Yes. That's cool. I thought I could turn off this one. Yeah, turn it. Yeah. These are some very big water pipes, but since I'm guessing this place isn't that active, they're not really gonna check anything. Because, I mean, this place is very derelict. We got the pipes now. Oh? Looked like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Yes. I pocketed the small key. It was so odd shaped that I had no idea what it might open. It's gonna be a box. It's gonna be a box. It's gonna be a box. Ooh, wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. Boy. Oh. Is there like an inventory system that I got? No. This is legit just a game of experience. The safety poster had definitely had seen better days. How old was that facility? So it is. It's been very run down. It probably wasn't pumping towards any place, so I'll be fine. The faded paper was yellow and dusty, but it had obviously been wiped off recently. The faded paper was yellow and dusty. Yeah, okay. The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. Go back down real quick. No, okay. I'm guessing anything that's locked I can't unlock. Oh, spider. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what happened here. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. I found another dead body. A sewer worker by the wounds all over his face and body. I figured he'd been stabbed Oh, I picked up the knife. There's a keyring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? Yeah. I thought about the knife and I had found some disgust as I carefully picked up the keys from his pocket. I almost got worried he was going to grab me. Is there anything else? I was feeling even more sick from seeing another dead man. I didn't want any more blood on my clothes. I'm guessing that's his last dialogue. There was a hint of fresh air here. I must have been near an exit, but I'd wondered what did that key I found in the sewer work do? Oh wait, that's right, I picked up his keys. Let's go back. Forgot about that. Was it this door? I used the keyring to unlock the door. Books. Ah, here we are. A shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized through covered in dust. It looked like the tape I found was the one that was missing from the shelf. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wonder what the tape VHS did I play it? Yeah. Had a man right there in the sewer thing. Somebody had time to do it. It looked like there could be two more men. I couldn't stand to watch the video again. Maybe you should sit down. Anyways. Anything else? I wonder what was on the tape and why it was thrown out. I think we did it, buddy. I think we did it all. Back up we go to the one room that I didn't check. We gotta go this way. This one. Tried a bunch of the keys on the keyring. I found one that's a sewer worker, and one of them seemed to fit. Uh-oh. What do you mean, static? The wall was littered with dozens of old faded papers. Whoever did this was obsessed with some local murders. According to some of the clippings, bodies had been found in the ravines and forest, and in one case dumped into the back of an abandoned truck. I couldn't be sure, but I thought some of these articles had also been pasted up back in those tunnels. A collection of stale liquor bottles covered the floor. A faded receipt was trampled on the floors. From the local train station. Was for 2 tickets. I didn't know what use could be, but I did keep them. Nah. I didn't think about that 50 receipt was going to help me get out of here. I'll have to do more playthroughs of this, because it sounds like I can go back. I don't think there's any other locked doors back there. I think there's one more past the exit back there. Fucking Christ. You bitch. You fucking bitch. You fucking bitch. I did not want to go back into this tunnel. It seemed better to press on. Thanks, bud. I almost just shite myself, but... Good God. I feel my hands sweating now, that's nice. There wasn't anything back here, was there? Just checking. I'd be pissed off if they expected me to check all these again. I'd have been fucking livid. Wonder why that door was locked. The smell hadn't improved much and the room was damp. Swear to God, there's gonna be something on this fucking roof, man. I can already feel it. What was this to? The VHS room? Yeah. Put a candle in the window. Ooh. be a while. And I'm gone. Oh, what the hell? I think this is basically just me picking up all my evidence. Or maybe someone dragged me there and I'm picking up all their evidence. Must have been the other end of that ventilation shaft. Whoever could have used it could have gotten past the flooded room with this. Would I need that gun or the knife before the end? Both weighed me down and aggravated my legs as I climbed that old ladder. The thought of that videotape still gives me chills. Who was it that didn't want to be seen? Was it the same person that hid all those clippings away in that locked room? Suddenly that awful smell to the sewer gave way and a pine-scented blast of fresh air. I don't like that. An old ladder leading up to the ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I can climb it. Did I extend the ladder? I wasn't sure if I should be poking around up there. Neither am I, bud. Neither am I. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned before on the map that I seen. Whoever was poking around those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribed notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here the sign pointed out the various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was clearly too faded to see clearly. We're just gonna keep going left. Two lefts make a right. An old dry picnic table sat lonely amongst the trees, had carvings and marks from years of previous campers. As I tried to read some of the names and the marks, I idly thumbed the knife I found. If I wanted to see, I could have carved something on that table, did I? Nah. Slipped the knife into my boot and left the table alone. The knife was used for murder, Tommy. We don't do that. The path entered in a cold river. I wasn't sure if it was safe to cross. Did I cross it? Yeah. Don't play that eerie stuff, bro. Two bodies, two young women, were half dug into a hasty, shallow grave between the trees. The younger-looking one still faced up, her dead eyes gleaming against my flashlight. I had no idea who these girls were. I didn't touch their gravesite, did I? No. It was best to leave this alone and find my way out of those damn woods. So now we're with someone. There's someone else here. Yeah, there's someone else. We were here with someone. We may have been the second person, to be honest with you. Just going through amnesia. Through the fence I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. Wonder if I could find my way around. What if we just I don't know, maybe leave shit alone and go walk out into the woods, find power lines or some shit, you know, smartest thing to do. When you're lost in a forest. This cheap dome tent slept two people. I shoved my flashlight inside. I could see some bedrolls, two backpacks and a cooler. Two folding camp chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. There were a couple of cans, beer spilled on the ground. There was a fire pit. It was still a bit warm and a few embers still burned at the bottom. Was someone else out in those woods? Did they abandon their campsite? Was someone else out in these woods? Why did they abandon their campsite? Oh wait. Whoever was here left this place in a hurry, but why? Did this tent belong to those two girls? Good question. Said it takes an hour and a half to play this game. Did I just fucking make my way around here? No, no, don't. Don't look. No, no. You're no, no. I'm no, no, no. You're no, no. There was a damp smelling plank leaning against the stall. I might have been able to cross the river with it. Did I take it? Sure. The grimy sink had a small patch that looked like it was almost clean. But I crossed the river the first time. Why did I need this now? I don't know which one I came from. Obviously that one. Let's go to this one. So many of these. What the hell? The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. I had finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. Did I just... I almost clawed my way through the gate to be out of that hateful forest. The image of that shallow grave was still fresh in my mind. Those two women had obviously been camping there before they had been killed, but I hadn't found any clues as to whom had done it or why. I shrugged off the thought, and still so far to go. I was getting cold and tired out there. We should have rested at the campsite, my bro. Well, taking that the dawn's coming up in the back, maybe we shouldn't have. But now we got guardrails at least. Why is there so many fucking doors? As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a mechanic for all these years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Yeah. About that, bud. Oh, did I just dead end myself? I don't think so. Oh, fuck. Not another victim. I took it his uniform, he was a security guard there, just doing his job. His head had been severely beaten, his face was covered with blood. No gunshots yet. No gunshots. Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. It was mine. I bought it on a trip out west with Rachel. I barely went a day without wearing it. I didn't look like it worked anymore. It was still heavy. Did I take my watch back? Yeah. Even though it was no longer ran, I clasped my watch around my wrist. Did I bury my watch here? Must have. Who else would have done it? Ah, it's us. We did it. We're missing her wallet too. That's something else we gotta go back and find if it's not in here. It might be in here. One of those lockers hung open, its contents were tossed around like someone else had been looking for something. Old work clothes had been picked through and a few photos and notes had been ripped off the door and spread around. That was ours. The door was locked shut. There was a little electronic box underneath the handle, a sign that pasted in front of the desk that said danger, closed for repairs. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking off the other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear and cobwebs had collected at the corners. The box wasn't receiving any power. The door was locked tight, seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. Every part of this plant smelled like an old rotted. I noted the old bulletin on the wall. Our old break table. The layer of dust and grime only made it seeing the sting more. Looked like some beer bottles had been used on the table recently. I wondered, was that guard using this old break room of his own? Good question. We should go ask him. The board had contained yellow clippings off the newspaper cartoons, and noticed there were notes and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Norman took over a general store after the factory closed. He, Rachel, and I would get lunch every now and then. Rachel liked him because he seemed more positive despite the setback. I don't think I could say the same about me. Norman took... Oh, yeah, okay, so we're gonna talk about your wife. Ain't no one got time for that stupid shit. power panel. Looked like it was shut off. Did I push it? No, we don't do that. We probably killed all these people. We're trying to make it look like we haven't been here. The open locker was stuffed with dirty work, clothes, and old boots. There was a photo of a woman tapped to the inside, but it was scratched out and the face was unrecognizable. The woman's photo. I knew I had to get it back. I knew I had to get back to Rachel and find out what happened. It was shut tight. There was a rusty-looking card slot on the side. Well, I don't think I have to do this. I am framing myself. I'm lucky to be able to get out of that sewer thing. My wallet's probably back in that old dude's house. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented, like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. Ah, my head ached, and I recalled the last time Norman, Rachel, and I had lunch together. Rachel seemed so much more at ease when we all hung out. A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer in the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Yes. As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't dusty and the rest of the tools had... Okay, good. We're getting all our evidence out of here. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, it was a magnetic card. Did I... No. Left the card in the locker. A lot of power switches on in here. I'm doing what I would do, because I don't know what happened. Oh. I struck with a hammer at the old wooden boards, came apart easily. After I removed the planks, oh. This was my locker. There was a factory stank of booze, and there was a picture of Rachel on the inside. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I had taken the picture home when the factory closed. This room was nothing but bad memories. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wonder if that man in that house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. Did we murder woman? That was the place to the room. Or was it this way? Was it this one? Door was locked tight, but it seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. There was a larger power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, shaking off the other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear in the combustion cobwebs. Oh yeah, that's right. We read that. Electronic. Back outside. Fucking cocksucker. I got a gun, man. Why don't... Had to press on. The thought that the claustrophobic force is too much. So there is another person out here. So maybe I didn't do this and I am getting framed. Oh, dude, that's so fucking wild, though. Could you imagine that? You frame someone so well that they think they've done it. Damn, that's crazy. He looked like his head had been visually beaten in with something. I couldn't stand to look. Oh, that's a clean, fresh hammer. Frame myself for something else, motherfucker. Goddamn it, son of a bitch. Stupid booby bait. Face, goddamn. know if I have to turn them all on, though. I don't think I do. I'm not one to judge, but I'm pretty sure a guy's walking a bit too fast up those stairs. Power panel looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Yep. Hey, wait a minute. The power panel still wasn't working. Did I try it again? Yep. I worked here. I should know this. So let's see, I'm being framed right now. I did pick up half my stuff that I used. So I guess I was doing something right. So my guess is I'm gonna collect all my evidence and get the hell out of here while I can. Utility shelf was crammed with mismatched tools. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Yes, you did. I gotta find that keycard again. Locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom though was a magnetic keycard. Yep, slipped the keycard on my pocket. Yep. Yep. Oh? Yep. Yep. Ah, the power is on. We has the power. This room was nothing but... Oh yeah, that's right. Someone's here. Let's go introduce ourselves. Be bad to treat bad guest. Hello. The keycard I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did I use the keycard? Yeah. I slid the card through the old reader and turned the handle. Because evidence is everywhere for some reason. There was some kind of ventilation hatch there. It looked like I could jump to the room below. My leg hurt though as I couldn't see much. I don't have to. I was too chicken to jump down that broken ladder before. Why do it now? There had to be another way. Thank you, foreshadowing. The door unlocked itself again. There was no key. Fuck. Yep. A crumbled up letter on the floor had been scratched out by heavily. It was hard to make. Did I try to read the letter? Yep. Most of the letter was violently scratched out. With what looked to be like a ballpoint pen, all I could see was, need to. Just don't drink, need woman. Norman? Who was Norman writing to? We were writing to Norman. The bottom of the ventilation hatch hung open. It was pretty high up. I wasn't sure if anyone could have gotten back up there. We did it. We didn't do it. Someone knew us. It was Norman. I stepped out of the factory, glad to be rid of its smell and the bad memories. I couldn't stop thinking about that room with the bottles in it. Was that guard I found outside really drinking it up out there? What about Norman? And who had routed through all those lockers? I couldn't tell where I was as I looked around, but I figured I needed to get to the road, get my bearings. Maybe Norman could help. The store wasn't that far from the turnoff to the factory. If I remember correctly. Norman did it. Norman's store is gonna be closed. Norman's gonna be dead. Bo. 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 this way. I don't like the froggy noises either. There's gonna be a face popping up. I can guarantee it. I can already feel it. Why else would you make a game like that? It sounded like I was going to start. It sounded like it was going to start raining again. Good. You can wash this off. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he'd ran. It was oddly quiet, except for a faint sound of television. Norman's dead. I don't like this. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung in a rack. That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing here? Did Rachel move along? Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few items I didn't even think were legal here. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others. If this was the handgun, then Norman's. What the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit there. Did I place it back in it? Yes. Carefully pushed the piece back in the family. It felt like a great burden lifted. Not sure. A speck of something dark was wet stained on one of the sleeves. We just framed Norman, bro. I'm not so sure. Norman's dead. Or Rachel. Rachel do this, or did I do this? Oh no, I couldn't believe it, what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker, one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he had been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock. They were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why would you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserve better. You probably did. Was his eyes? No. The TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. I couldn't make out what was on the screen. Just the glow gave me chills. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wonder what it led to. Did I pull the chain? No. Somehow I was too afraid to see what was up there for myself. Maybe it was for the best. I guess we can make it look like a robbery. Did the chain a single tug and a simple floating ladder popped down. Oh, those were in the little tiny thing of where the people were hanged. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? Yeah, I opened up the old cardboard and I wasn't entirely surprised by what I saw. There was more of Rachel's things, more of my wife's clothes, photos, shoes, and even that radio I gave her. Why, Rachel? What were you doing here with Norman? Because we separated from her a long time ago and you went on an alcoholic binge and you fucking murdered her. But I don't know, we gotta think about that guy in the woods. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from the 2 cups still there in the wood. I'd never been to Norman's place before, at least I didn't remember ever doing so. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Yes. I found a hairspin among the rotting food trash and pocketed it. Can I close that? I can't close it, motherfucker. Okay, well. I did already walk this way, didn't I? Norman, what were you doing with all these? Most likely hunting, buddy. We're in a forest. Like, takes 2 and 2 to make 4, but, you know, whatever. This was the outside, right? I need to check that place out to see if I can find Norman or get some help. Ah, we found Norman. Norman was dead. I used a hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. Thanks, bud. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and the fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. Were you thinking of going somewhere with Rachel, Norman? Someone here? In IRL? Someone at the house? Do I gotta take a break and go help someone? Or are we good to keep the tension going and play the game? The icebox seemed to be unplugged and must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. I could only think of the poor Norman upstairs. Yeah. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. It had been weeks since I seen Norman, and finding him was still left me cold. Thinking of him slumped against that chair only... I gotta go fucking see what's going on. Alright, we're back. I will be streaming a podcast on Skyrim maybe around 9 to 10 tonight, depending on what's going on. But anyways, back to the game. Thinking of his arm, thinking of him slumped against that chair only cemented my reassurance of getting rid of that gun. It looked like someone had taken a piece from his store, but why was it in those tunnels? As I stepped outside, I recalled the dusty old box of clothes from Norman's attic. I felt like I had discovered more questions, no answers. But I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. Do 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 do. Anonymous. Do 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 do. Anonymous. Do 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 do. Anonymous. I'm guessing this is an alleyway towards housing departments. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. I'm guessing the gate's going to be the open one. This seems like the type of game to do that. I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. No, never mind. Shit. Maybe this game isn't what I expected it to be. Maybe there is a bigger twist. Maybe I'm not right. Maybe Rachel did just set me up. Maybe she's a smart, devilish, cheeky bastard. The neighbor's local post box. A letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Yeah. The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend, and I need time to sort this out. Away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him, Norman. So don't you think that you can hold it against me? Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but he deserves that much at least. What a bitch! 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 The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. This game's too political. Had the wrong gate. This one was locked. Dude. Do we not know the gate address? I'm guessing it's this one. Should have went one more over, but anyways, I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. No blood, no blood, no blood, no blood, no blood, there's blood, no blood, no blood, no blood, no blood, no blood. I held my breath as I approached our own back door. I was terrified to step aside. Is there a question here? No. Okay. This house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, irate, ragged, and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. Honey, I'm home. I remember having breakfast on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? Where's my dinner bench? The door to the basement. It was locked. Where had I put the damned key? The front door was locked from the inside. I couldn't go out. Though I need to see if Rachel was here. She's in the attic. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. We should know this. Just saying. I mean, I know you gotta break the fourth wall and tell people every once in a while, but we should know this. Our television. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterwards, but by then it was too late. To our bedroom to find our wife in pieces. Our hallway mirror had been smashed to pieces, scattered across the floor. Blood, 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 blood. our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. It seemed impractical at times, but it was part of what made that house home. That old house was charming for sure, but it wasn't always easy. Oh, the books were half mine and half Rachel's. Hey, now that I looked more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. One of the books in particular seemed a bit odd. I remembered owning it, but not that edition. My wife's, Rachel's, suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Rachel's suitcase contained clothes, toiletries, and train tickets. Is this what you're going to do with Norman? Rachel, why? Were you really going to run away with Norman? Was I really such a monster?
Yes, we fucking killed everyone. I am that second voice in this guy's head.
I think this is a room I haven't gone into. I heard something. Computer. My laptop had been left on, and only had a tiny bit of power left, but the screen was a website of an old water tower. There was a key in the top of my drawer desk. Did I take it? I pocketed the key. The laptop was warm. It had been running for a while.
Turn it off, you're ruining the goddamn computer.
I couldn't really make myself out anymore. I wasn't really sure I wanted to. I love how this ambient sound just sounds like a really fat dude breathing in his mic. Oh, we've already been here. Forgot this is a... Dude, everywhere... This must be one expensive neighborhood, bro. I'm just saying, like, 3-story houses. The front door was locked from the inside. I couldn't go out, though I needed to see if Rachel was here. I unlocked the basement. Oh. This is one expensive neighborhood. However, I feel that our wife is down here in this box, this very box. There were old clothes and tools and other things we obviously haven't gotten thrown out yet. We had way too much junk. Fuck, yeah, I know. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty key here. Did I take the key? Yes. I took the small key and tried to remember what it was like. Looked like there's plaster and an old towel in here too. There was old Christmas decorations in the box. I couldn't even remember the last Christmas. Sounds like someone went and decided to absolutely fucking murder everyone. The front door was locked from the inside.
I just got a key, bro. What do you mean, bro? We just got a key.
Let me go back inside. There was no way I was going to walk away from this now. Ah. Yeah. There. The grimy key I found in the basement door unlocked the door. I didn't even see the door here, to be honest with you. It looked like the room had been tossed around. Furniture was a mess. Did someone break in here? Nah, we just fought someone. There was an old crowbar on the floor. Now, left or right? I'm gonna need it to get through the fucking goddamn door. God fucking damn it. Yes. Is this the bathroom? I can't remember. No, this was the TV series. Where's my coffee? I'm thirsty. front door was locked from the inside. I couldn't go out though. I needed to see if Rachel was. Oh, said the crowbar is not going to work in the door. I just picked up a murder weapon for no fucking reason. TV room. Mirror room. This was bedroom? Oh, this was laptop room. Did I go in bloody room yet? Bloody room's where bathroom was. What the fuck's the crowbar used for then? And did I need to pick it up? That's the better question. Yeah, I've been all through here. What the hell? Am I missing something? Was there something in crowbar room that I did not do? This was crowbar room, right? Yeah. By the looks of it, the crowbar had broken only a few things. Okay, buddy, but I need to figure out what to do with it. Back into here. I guess I go explore every room until I find out. Rachel was pretty angry about that, I realized. Okay, well, we did the upstairs room. I guess we'll do the very bottom. Front door can't go out of. Already know that. This room I don't remember going into a lot. This was the basement. The basement had all box things. Did I break through the wall with a crowbar? Oh! With a heavy, I swung the crowbar at the wall, smashed a hole large enough to sleep through it. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? No. Don't look. A fuzzy-looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench was made of them awful, and it made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I knew time had come. I had come this far. After all of the searching, after all I had seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally reach my Rachel? Yes. Show me your face. Oh no, my hands trembled as I pulled back the layers of the cloth. There was a center, and underneath the dirt and mess was my beloved Rachel. Her arms bruised all over. Repeatedly, her clothes were ripped and torn, and even though all that sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. The knife I had carried all this way suddenly seemed like a poison. What had happened to Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all the times I had seen and wondered if it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away from the shaky legs and made my way back up the stairs, reluctantly exhausted from my journey. I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Maybe I would use some of the Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. No matter what I needed some kind of escape. Told you, I think we did it, but there was someone else in the woods. So the question still lies. So I'm guessing everything changed. From now I'd have no one to get angry with me for the stupid things like buying this TV. Just thinking about the things that made me sick with grief. It was a letter I'd taken from the postbox. Rachel, were we really having an affair with Norman? But why? I didn't think they were that bad. I didn't think things were that bad in the letter. Rachel seemed concerned. She almost seemed worried about what Norman might do. Did he? Did he do that? I was sure of it. She wanted to end their affair. That bastard, he killed her for it. I know he didn't do it. A lot of them made sense. Norman was clearly seeing Rachel a lot, so he had to put plenty of time to plan it out. He knew where we lived, obviously. Is that why Rachel was so scared? Norman knocked me out or something? This is a multiple ending game. Good to know. Ooh, what's this? My old office safe sat on the floor where I used to keep the tax records and other important documents in it. I used a digital passcode, but I didn't have the code. Maybe she left it. Maybe I had left it somewhere. I cleaned everything up? What the hell? Oh, spooky. Well, there would be no more dinners here, no more chit-chat over breakfast, at least not for us. I couldn't recall when I last ate, but I wasn't hungry in the least.
Yeah, buddy, something tells me you didn't sleep like you think you did. You just lied to yourself.
Can I go outside? I couldn't leave, not until I had thought about this more. Yo, I need to go back to the basement. Oh, I couldn't go back down, not until I had gone over everything. I didn't make sure I was perfectly clear. Okay, upstairs. And to here we go. I don't remember going in here. The reflection of that grimy glass was only a shadow, a whisper. And that quiet room unnerved me terribly. I still loved the old-time charm of that claw-footed bathtub, though it seemed like a cold comfort then. Rachel loved this part of the house. Within a few broken pieces that remained of that mirror, I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look again. It was like I didn't actually expect a reflection. I felt empty and drained. Perhaps I would never know how that mirror came to be broken. Was it by Rachel's assailant, or by Rachel herself? The thought lingered and would haunt me forever. Someone else did this. I know it couldn't be, dude. The laptop was dead, but I found some notes were loose in the paper drawer where I'd found the key. There was a yellow sticky note with 8-digit code on it. Führer? Four R3U here. Yeah, I gotta take it. I don't know what could be yet. There was a key card I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through that door. It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's, but if it was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? Yeah, it must have been him. He must have been using the old locker room. It doesn't align, but I'm gonna just go with it to save my character. I gotta save my boy. No matter what, I needed some kind of escape. Oh, okay, so we go downstairs now. We got too much evidence on us, that's the issue though. If I wouldn't have picked anything up, we would have been fine. But I think I had to put the gun. Oh, it doesn't make sense. It does. Doesn't. I didn't know what to think. I just wanted to put this whole mess behind me. I'm just thinking about the things that made me sick with grief. Okay, so we did this room. Next one. This one. The code I found should have left me access to the safe. Did I try it? Yep. The code worked. I pulled open the small safe door and peered inside. There was a photo in there of Rachel and I when we first moved into town. We were smiling outside of the front house, which looked like a real mess. We looked happy, though. Odd. I couldn't remember who took that photo. Inside of us, the safe was an open envelope. In front of it read, "Do not open until I tell you." I guess this was a good time as any to see what was inside. Did I open that envelope? Yeah. I tore open the envelope and removed the yellow lined paper on the inside. On it was a letter written in a hand that looked familiar. I need a drink. I know this whole event has probably been pretty difficult. You can't imagine how hard it's been for me, too. Well, maybe you can. That isn't meant to be an excuse, but, well, I hope you can better understand why I've done what I've done. Moving to this town seemed like such a dream, a quiet place to get established, to live out our lives, and to be together. But you know as well as I do that things quickly changed. Your drinking was one thing, but you grew more distant as you retreated into that world of yours.
It's one of those games. Fuck, that's creepy.
Well, it was clear to you that you didn't need me as much. In fact, maybe you never needed me at all. But it took all this to make you realize. In the end, though, you may never forgive me for this. You may never forgive yourself, but this is probably for the best. You'll be healthier for this. I'm sorry that it had to happen this way. Oracle. I didn't have to end it like that. Could have said Rachel. Seemed like it had a... It seemed like I had seen it all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. Maybe there wouldn't be anything for me to find, but I had to take a last look. She's alive. Something tells me she's alive. If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Okay. Let's think about this. The house was ransacked, it had Rachel's things. The cops are gonna be coming here. So yeah. I took the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. I didn't know you were gonna put it in your hand, my boy. I needed to put an end to the situation one way or another. I stared down at the floor where I'd placed the knife. Wait, did I put it down? No. Ah. I thought I was taking it. I thought I dropped it. Damn it, you stupid son of a bitch. I knew I needed to escape this nightmare, but what about the knife I had still carried? I wondered even if I had left, would it really be over? I peered at the knife as I turned away. A warm place, I had thought. Where could that be? Okay, we just got company, so this may be the end of this stream for now. Part 2 will be coming out tonight. To all, have a good day and a good evening. And please, be safe.